right before the season started, like when we did our segment, you came at the beginning of the season, they showed it on like Instagram.
Yeah.
When you came,
Yeah. They cut it.
yeah, well, they did show, I can talk about it because they showed it on Instagram.
Yeah,
So,
they can, even if they didn't, and we're going to talk about it.
yeah. So that was such a, like, I was just so excited to see you because I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. And to see, I was at Luke and Kelsey, and it was just a really great moment and felt like an awesome start to the whole experience. But I remember I asked you for advice and I wanted you to like lay out this manuscript. And I believe the one thing you said is like, you're going to have to find a way to be able to let go of control. And I that was like the one thing. And I was like, but what does that mean? You're like, and I think you said something like, you'll figure that out, what that looks like for you. And now I see it on the other side. I was like, oh my gosh, like I struggled so much because I was trying to control every part of my life. I was trying to control what the public thought about me. I was trying to control my outcome, like of what was going to happen post show. What am I going to do? And if things did not align and fall into place, then I just went, I just panicked and I became depressed and stressed out. And so now I look back at it and I just think it's like so cool to see the insight you gave me back then. And now I'm like, oh, like, yeah, now I'm on the other side of it. Now, like, Michelle, it makes a lot of sense what you were saying. And and you're right, though, like what I did to let go of control was probably different than what you needed to do. But it was it was great advice because the more specific you would have been, it probably wouldn't have resonated as much as it does now.
Yeah, it's everyone thinks that, I mean, even life in general, but to those who are listening who maybe haven't seen the bit, I was able to get to speak with Clayton before his season. He was back at the mansion. I remember you were sitting on the couch. You looked so overwhelmed. I asked producers, like, how is he doing? And they're all like, he seems a little overwhelmed. But I had two of my students with me, Kelsey and Luke, and we got to go in and kind of just sit down with him and talk for a little bit and give him advice. And that's the thing, is that you walk in and you want this blueprint. You want this blueprint for how it's going to go. You want this blueprint for even like your day-to-day life. All of us do as humans want control, but it really is, it's like not one size fits all. Like I couldn't give you a piece of advice that was going to be exactly the same for you that it was for me. And truly being able to just be vulnerable, as you clearly have become so vulnerable and willing to put yourself out there, whether it's in your book, whether it's talking on social media, opening up about your mental health in general, relationships. If you're able to let go of the control of the things that you don't have. And that's so much energy that you have now left for yourself to put in the right direction with what you want to do with it. And so you've been able to do that, and it's awesome. And I feel like I still battle with letting control on a day-to-day basis, right? And even in relationships in general.